Welcome to your active flow class. This is going to be a little bit more intermediate. So let's give it a go. Have water by your side. We're going to sweat a little bit. I'm excited. Let's start laying all the way down on the back. We'll start chill. We're going to amp it up, and then we'll chill back down. We'll chill at the end. Okay. All the way down, relax. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And just allow the body to land in your space. And imagine a breath flowing in and out of your heart center, your chest. And then imagine that breath floating in and out of the belly as if that was the direct point the air was circulating in and out of. And moving a breath through the hips and the pelvis space. Through the soles of your feet. Through the mouth. And then we'll complete with the crown of the head. Lovely. All right, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe find a full body stretch. Gradually hug the knees in towards your chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Find a gentle rock side to side. Good. Keep the right knee hugged in. Stretch your left leg out long. Let's hover the toes up off the mat. Feel free to let the head hover too, or you can soften it back down, whatever you wish. Long line from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. Get nice and long. Space between ears, neck, shoulders. And then switch. Keep that core hugged in. Think knee to nose. Find that rounding sensation if you've chosen. Then lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Good, and switch again. This time, switch again. This next time we're going to add in yoga bicycles. Take your hands behind your head, just forehead, neck, and shoulders. Both knees into your chest to start. Really think about lifting up from the chest, okay? Left knee, right elbow. Opposite leg extends it nice and long. And neutral, good. And switch. Let's do this a few times. I invite you to pick up the pace. Think about pressing air out on your exhale through the mouth. Feel free to take a nice big inhale and even do 4 short exhales through the mouth. And again, big breath in, 4 short exhales with some power. Last breath, we got this, in through the nose. 4 power. And good, relax. Amazing. Rock and roll yourself all the way up to seated. Let's do a quick head, neck, shoulders, and then we'll move on. Drop your head down to the right. Roll your chin down your chest all the way over. And all the way over. And all the way over. Amazing. Shoulders, shrug them all the way up to your ears. Big breath in. Exhale, soften down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Good, one more time. Good. All right, shake the hands out. Shake, 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 shake. Roll the wrists a few times. All right, and then let's get into it. Hands and knees. You're gonna look over towards your left hip. Find that C curve in your spine. and neutral. And look over towards left. Good, do that a few times, side to side, keep your core engaged. Amazing. Zip your legs together a bit closer, get strong through the arm bones, stretch your legs out long, find plank, right away going there. Hug everything in. Strong, 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 press down through all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Take your right leg, step it forward beside your right hand. Low lunge with the knees lifted. I don't want you to put any more weight into the right leg than necessary, okay? You're feeling really strong through the arms and the left leg. I want you to flip your right toes in underneath of you like a matchstick. Flip. Good, and then float your right leg all up towards the sky. Three-legged up. Amazing. And lower back down. Warming up and building on our postures. Left leg. We're going to float through your plank. Step it forward. Hold it, hold it. The hips sink down an inch lower. Strong through the arms. Flick the left toes in underneath of you. Float your legs up high to the sky. And lower it down. Beautiful. High on your heels, bend your knees deeply. Walk off the front of your mat. Let yourself hang heavy here, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale and angle. Inhale to stand, arms sweep high. Clutch hands to your heart center. Inhale, float high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Deflate back down. Roll up and reach. Sink back down to chair this time. Good, nice and low. Arms by airplane in front of you if you wish. Sink, sink, sink. All right, from here, you're gonna take your left toes, touch them back behind you. They just briefly brace the ground. Airplane airs back behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Palms are facing one another. Now take your hands, reach them back forward in front of you, step back in a chair. This next one we're gonna do at the same time, arms and legs. So float your right leg back, arms float back, back into chair. Good, left toes back, reaching, back to neutral. I want you to try and stay on the same level. So you're not floating up and down, your head's not bobbing, head, torso are all staying at the same height, if not lower than you are at. Try and move quietly. See if you can avoid creaks in your floor. One more. Sink down, big breath. Exhale, forward fold. Amazing. Halfway lift. Bend your knees, plant your palms, hop or step back to plank. Lower through your push-up, chaturanga. Peel up halfway or all the way. Downward dog. Big breath. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Right leg high. Knee to nose, flick your foot through. High lunge, crescent lunge. Take a minute, stabilize yourself as you need. Breathing in, breathing out. Lower your back knee, sink it down, down, down. Try and get it as close to the ground as you can and power it up. Lower down and up. Arms can be wherever you wish. 2 more times. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. You've got it. Arms sweep high. Plant your palms down to your mat. Step back to plank. Lower through your push-up. Peel up halfway or all the way. Downward dog. Cleansing breath in and out. Left leg high. Knee to nose, step it through, high leg. Stabilize yourself, feel the strength in your legs. Lower your back knee, sink down, and lift it high. Sink down, lift it high. One more. Plant your palms down on your mat, step back, plank through your vinyasa. Cleansing breath, let it go on your exhale. Right leg high, step it through. Tense your fingers out forward in front of you. You're gonna lift off the back leg, float it high, warrior three. You can keep your fingers tented to the earth, or you can float them up and away, taking flight, warrior three. Think about both hip bones pointed down. Hinge one more inch. Bring your fingertips back down to the mat. Sweep left toes high, high to the sky, standing like splits. Think about hugging your nose towards your shin, folding in, breath strong. Can you play with grabbing your ankle with both hands, alternating hands? Strong, strong, strong. You've got this. Don't forget to breathe. Awesome. Plant those fingertips, bend your knee. Big step back with the left toes. Step back, down dog, or move through your push-up, up dog. Your choice. Left leg high. Look forward, step forward. Tense your fingers out in front of you and lift off, warrior three. Choosing to elevate arms if you wish, no right or wrong. Just feeling into the body, noticing what would feel good. We're here to feel good. We're here to find our challenge, find our edge. We're here to honor the body of its needs and desires best we can. Return the fingertips down to the earth. Sweep right toes high, standing like splits. Hug yourself in towards your standing leg. Relax your head and neck. Play with that balance. Hands finding the ankle. Have fun with it. If you fall, you fall. It's no big deal. Keep the back leg in your awareness. Amazing. Float the right leg back down. Down dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Take your feet a bit wider. Hang out in a wider leg forward fold. Catch your breath in. Catch your breath out. Maybe sway side to side. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Good. Take your heels in, toes out. Let's play with our hinge squat. So you're going to bend your knees. Sink, sink, sink down. Feel free to utilize blocks here. Sometimes I like to use the blocks for my hands, just as that additional support. Sink down. Breathe here. Imagine breathing through the pelvis floor. Even if that feels silly. One more breath, sink, sink, sink. See how low you can sink your hips down. Maybe hands come to your chest. Gaze lifts. Maybe you play with bringing your right hands down to your block or the floor. And then reaching the opposite arm high to the sky. And switching. If you're done and your legs are burning, find forward fold. And maybe you come meet me back here in a breath. And then when we're all done, we'll all meet in forward fold. Take a breath or so. Halfway. Exhale, release it back down. Roll yourself up to standing. Heel toe your feet together. And shake it out. Awesome work, guys. All right. To the top of our mat. Grab grab a sip of water if you need it. We're gonna move on to another challenge in our practice. This is one of my favorite poses that we're gonna move into. We're gonna find it throughout a flow. It's gonna have a few different variations to it. So you'll move into the variation that suits your body today. Maybe you challenge yourself, maybe you don't, whatever, that's why we got options. Okay, big breath, mountain pose, in through your nose, out through the mouth. Arms sweep high. Exhale, let it all go. Half lift. Bend your knees, clench your palms, step back to plank. From here, take your right knee in towards your chest. You're gonna kick your right toes out towards the left side of your mat and land on the pinky toe edge of the foot. You're gonna pivot over onto the side of the back with toes. So you're finding a side plank. All right, you can stay here. You can take your extended right leg, bend your knee underneath of you, and find a modified side plank. If you're staying out here with the leg in front of you, you can flow the bottom leg off the ground, shift more weight into the arm, to the back leg, see if you can hover it off the ground. It's a challenging one, so just play. See how it feels when you float the leg up off the ground. You want to really focus on the strength of the arm and the extended leg out long behind you to support you. Core is zipped up. That inner thigh, your adductor, is working to lift the leg high. Now notice what's going through your mind as you play with this variation here. Trusting yourself, and so out of breath. Challenging yourself in a way that feels good. And if you don't get it, it's okay, it's no big deal. Maybe you get it next time. Wherever you are, let's all meet back in a plank. So pivot the hips back down. Let's take downward facing dog. Big breath. Amazing. All right, from here, left leg high to the sky. I'm gonna flipperoo so you get a better angle of that pose if you need to peek up at me. All right, left knee in towards your chest. Flick those left toes out to the side, the right side of you, land on the pinky touch of your foot. Pivot over side your side, find your side plank. Good. All right, ease more weight into the left arm, right leg, float, float, float. Maybe you just play. Oh gosh. Maybe you find your side plank variation after a few breaths. Part of this too is building up your wrist strength. So you maybe have the core strength, you have the leg strength, but it's the wrists that aren't working for you. Maybe it's something else in that vicinity. Knowing that doing this practice over time in various types of yoga practice, whether it's a core flow class or an upper body, all of it's going to work in a combination to support the different poses. So sometimes it's not practicing that exact pose over and over and over again. Sometimes it's also allowing the whole body to evolve and get stronger as you go, and then eventually later on down the road, you'll have developed those muscle groups or developed those little cues that you needed to make a pose happen. So don't give yourself shit. Sometimes it's gonna take a bit of time. It took me like 2 or 3 years to get crow pose, okay? So give yourself grace if you're not there yet. If you are, I'm so proud of you. Take a picture of yourself, send it to me, I wanna congratulate you. From our side plank, let's meet in our plank. Lower your knees. So you're in a modified side plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead or cheek. Bend your knees and let them windshield wipe side to side. Feel the breath, especially because your heart, the front of your heart's resting against your mat. See if you can tap into the heart rate a little more deeply. One more breath. See how much more time we got here. Beautiful. All right. Glide the hands underneath of your shoulders. Peel your chest up, upward dog. Find that great big stretch. Maybe you hover your hips. Find that fuller variation. Take a child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, hips to heels. And this time, let's take our left arm. So underneath your right, find shoulder stretch. And switch. And center. Peel yourself up, flip your toes, downward dog. Walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of your mat, forward fold. Big breath in. Big breath out. Roll up to stand, sweep your arms up high to the sky. Bend your knees, sink into chair. Arms float forward in front of you. Take your right leg, sweep it back behind you, arms to follow suit. And back to center. Good, again, floating back leg behind you. See if you can even float it off the ground instead of it touching down like when we first started. See if it will stay floating. Bend your knees, sink down. Find that deeper bend in supporting leg. Awesome. All right, next time this right leg is supported and the left toes are back behind you. I want you to straighten out and find warrior three, hinging forward. Deeper expression. Big breath. One more breath. Lower your chest down, bring your fingertips down to the ground. Fold in. Reach your toes as high to the sky as we'll go. Maybe play with that ankle grab. Bend your knee, plant your palms, big step back, low lunge. Catch yourself. Reach your right arm high to the sky, twist it up and open, reaching high. All right, we're gonna add on from here. Plant your palms down, get nice and strong. Flick your right heel in underneath of you. Flick your right toes out to the side. Pivot open, that side plank variation. Maybe right toes float off the ground. Back to center, kick your right toes high to the sky. Lower back down, warrior. Or warrior, downward dog. Big breath, awesome work. High on your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop, top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, let it all go. Roll up to stand, reach high. Bend your knees, chair. Good. We're not going to alternate through the right and left side as much because we've done quite a few. So let's move right into our flow. So right toe float back, arms airplane behind you. When you're ready, straighten up, lengthen out, take up more space, expanding that movement into warrior three. Core stays zipped up, hip bones pointed down. You've got this, nice and strong. Eventually folding forward, fingertips catching you, folding into the leg, floating right toes high. Play with your ankle grab. Land your hands, bend your knee, big step back, low lunge. Catch your breath. Left arm sweeping high. Twisting open. You know what's coming next. Plant your palms, get strong. Flick those left toes in underneath of you. Kick it out to the right side. Side plank variation, maybe leg floats up. You got this, stay strong. Take your leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Downward dog. Good, one more vinyasa to rinse that all out. So hinge forward into plank. Exhale, lower down. Come up halfway or all the way. Last downward dog. Walk your feet forward and make your way down to seated. Hands out, or sorry, feet out in front of you. Windshield wipe your legs. Amazing job, guys. If I'm out of breath, I hope you're out of breath. Catch the breath. Maybe grab a sip of water. Let's find a nice twist. So, feet wide on your mat, let your legs fall to the right. Left arm's gonna keep sweeping, sweeping, sweeping. Think like the clock, winding, winding, till you're facing head of your mat. Come down to the elbows. If you have blocks or a bolster, great opportunity to utilize them here to bring the elbows towards them, or even the forehead. If you have the space for a deeper stretch, you can wind a bit deeper. You can glide your left leg further back behind you. Notice how my knee is close towards my heel. If I glide it back and away, I'm going to find more space in that stretch. Your goal is to have even weight through both shoulders, okay? If you end up lifting your left arm off and you're balancing on the right, you completely eliminated the stretch and benefit that the twist is going to provide for the back and for the side body. Basically, it's just not worth your time. So, shoulders stay anchored down, elbows stay anchored down. We're moving to recovery, so I really invite you to utilize your props to support you here. I usually like to use a block for my forehead. 3 rounds of breath. After those 3, taking your time to lift yourself up. Unwind, unwind. Legs fall to the left. Body keeps rotating, rotating, rotating. Sink down, find your props, even weight through shoulders, elbows. Maybe right leg slides further back behind you. Walk yourself up. Unwind back to neutral. We're going to come all the way down onto the back, finishing off our practice with Shavasana. Laying all the way down. Stretch the legs out long. If you have a preferred Shavasana variation that props maybe will provide you, go ahead and grab it. Rest all the way down. Big breath in through your nose and through your mouth. And feel free to rest here as long as you'd like or as long as you can. At least 5 to 6 breaths. Really integrate your practice. And taking the time to recover the body as it needs after this class. So drink your water, eat something. And congratulate yourself for making this time to be on your mat, to move your body, honor your body in this way. And if you need me for anything, please reach out. I'm always here. Namaste.